Hey everybody, Greg here, and today is Monday, August 21st, 2017, and there's supposed to be an eclipse going on at some point today, at least a 93% eclipse in Iowa. Should be happening anytime now, but it's kind of cloudy, so I'm just kind of going about my work day here in my office. I'll give you a look around. Yep, and it's Office on Wheels. I just got off the phone with a customer client. I really think of these folks as just the people who call me for tech support, who I've been helping over the years, really become like friends who just pay me to help them, so it's not like a typical kind of business customer relationship. But anyway, I got a call from somebody who was having a question, and I was able to help them out, all while riding the bicycle, just talking to him on the phone, and got done what needed to get done. And so there have been these moments while I'm working and riding the bike that really click. For me, it's if you've been following my videos and following my content postings, you know that this adventure of essentially working from the bicycle every day is something new for me, and I don't know of anyone else that's doing this. I call it bikeworklife.com is the website, bikeworklife. And one of the reasons I emphasize trails is that there tends to be less wind, so if I'm on the phone or if I'm recording a video like this one, I don't have that background noise of the wind to compete with, and there's less traffic, as there would be if I'm on the road, and it's a little safer. I'm not going to be, typing on the computer or talking on the phone if there's trucks going past me at 50 miles an hour. So anyway, it's safer, more pleasant, and then just it's nice to be out in nature, So anyway, the call this morning, and emails that I'm able to check or respond to, dictate a response back. If a person is on a trail that's relatively unoccupied, and it's a wide trail, and you can kind of see people approaching from ahead, or you can hear them coming from behind, and most will ring a bell or say, hey, on your left. You can carry on a phone conversation. You can kind of take a peek at an email. If you're going slow, I'm going about the same pace as somebody who's probably slower than somebody who'd be running, right? But it's still pleasant, still getting a little bit of a workout. And so anyway, that's the reason for emphasizing the trails, is it's just a great place to get some work done. And the other part of my work day involves, coming up here a little bit later, involves going to the gym and getting in my workout for the day. So I do try to mix up my workout a little bit, not just on the bike. I try to do some walking and elliptical workouts and some yoga and just a variety of things throughout the day. So when I'm at the gym, particularly if I'm on the elliptical, I usually spend about 20 minutes on there. I can work on some emails, and the other day I had a call come in and someone needed to have help on their computer. I was able to do a remote session, and while working out, I was able to remote into their computer and fix the problem they were having. So that was a real, sense of satisfaction to be able to get my workout done and help somebody. And it was much more pleasant than if I had to sit at a cubicle all day. So, and yet still being productive, still getting work done, and maybe more so. I find that when I stay active and when I get out in nature, it tends to stimulate the mind a bit, getting that exercise and just being inspired by the surroundings. As I was riding here, I saw someone else was making nature their office. So I'm continuing on heading west along the Clear Creek Trail, and I noticed there are a number of people out looking at the sky, hoping to catch a glimpse of the solar eclipse today. But as you can see behind me, there's quite a bit of cloud coverage. We had rain earlier today, and I checked the weather map. The radar showed that the rain would have passed by now, which it has, but the radar did not really show that it was going to be a cloudy day. So anyway, there is a lot of good coverage of the solar eclipse today, and I'm sure there'll be some great photography and videos, and not quite the same as seeing it firsthand, but it'll have to do. It'll have to do. So anyway, but this is just a really nice segment of this Clear Creek Trail here. Nice kind of preserved prairie grasses, and it's really pretty quiet. There have been these great moments over the past month or 2 or 3 of being on the bike and transitioning more and more to working from the bike. And so it's great, because initially, you know, when I started doing this, at first it was just sort of the accidental bicycle. I sort of stumbled into it, you know, just riding my bike. I'd take a phone call, or I'd be biking to a client. I've been doing that for years, but you know, as I tried to push this more and more into an all-day experience of just riding the bike, taking calls, etc., making this my office, you know, at first I'd just be riding and there wouldn't be any calls, or I wasn't really into the habit of responding to emails from the bike. There are certain tasks like web development, some social media work that are really better done from a larger screen. So I still do some of that from my desk. But that's part of embracing a new technology, is that you immerse yourself into a new experience. At first it feels like it's not going to work, or you know, it's not comfortable, it's awkward, and you know, you work out these different kinks with it, and then increasingly it just works. You kind of step into it by faith, almost, you could say, just hoping like, oh, I hope this works out, you know, and it does work out. So I remember when, this will date me a little bit, but I remember when email first came out, and I thought, this is so cool. You can, you know, send a message to somebody without a stamp, and you can send it for basically free, other than your, you know, $20 to $30 a month, you know, subscription fee to CompuServe or AOL or Prodigy or one of those original services, you know. And I thought, boy, I'm going to try to conduct as much as possible, my business life and my personal life through using email as much as possible. And I just found that as I would connect with friends or customers or whoever, you know, who were using email, the more that I did that, the more that became kind of the world that I was working in. So I didn't intentionally shun people, you know, who didn't have email, but functionally that just kind of happened because I was spending more of my time with people, you know, communicating with and working with people that had connectivity. And it was just interesting. You know, I kind of made that intentional decision to really emphasize that, and it developed more. Obviously, you know, today everybody uses email, and it's no longer a novelty. But it was interesting being there at the beginning and trying to see how I could fit this into my life. You know, the same was true for computers. I would often joke about how, oh, I really want that new piece of technology. I wish I had some reason to buy it, you know, or I would buy something and then I'd say, okay, I'm going to figure out a way to use this, you know. So it's kind of like that, you know, that you determine to use some new technology or to take a step and just let something unfold. So anyway, it's just been really fun to kind of watch this concept of bike work life unfold, and to work more on my bike, and see it becoming more and more something that's really going to work, I hope, for me and for others, to create a more interesting work life, a more balanced, more fun, healthy work life, and a more effective work life, and help to get me and other people, you know, up out of our chairs, away from our desks, out into a more interesting environment and a more, you know, opportunity to socialize with people that maybe you wouldn't otherwise see. So looks like the sun might be peeking through the clouds here. So I'm gonna go ahead and wind down the video and try to see if I can watch the eclipse a little bit. Maybe get some video. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Appreciate all the support. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, send them my way. I'm happy to respond. Take care.